Well, I have DJ Snow, known as Eric, because I think you wanted both.
Either one's fine, DJ Snow or Eric is fine.
DJ Snow, we have a lot of DJs going around. You're actually with Vegas Live with Ninon. I'm Ninon, your host. I've had some most incredible guests today. They're all coming out of the woodwork here, and they're all everybody's getting very interested in Vegas Live with Ninon. Now, without Steve, who is my producer, Sibo, he's absolutely amazing. And then without Lynn, we cannot do it because she is the director of talent. So with all these people, I just want to thank them. They are amazing. Thank you, guys. Don't think I don't appreciate you all. I do. Lynn, Steve, Eric, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah? So you're doing the DJ bit.
I'm doing the DJ bit,
the
yes.
DJ
yes,
bit, I understand we never kind of had too many DJs.
Right.
And then all of a sudden there was a big rush of them.
Right.
And now it seems to have calmed down a little bit. Am I right? That it's it's not gone away.
No.
Down.
DJ, I've been doing it since the 80s for 25 years.
Well, he must have started when he was very, very young.
Yes. Well, thank you.
Yeah, because we did have DJs in those days, because I know we did. But then it became a big thing.
Yeah, it was interesting because back in the day it was, and I love live music and I admire live music musicians. I think it's great. And I get inspiration from them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And but the DJ business has evolved and changed a lot, since I started.
Amount. Yeah,
and there's been peaks and valleys. There was a time where you couldn't even get a DJ gig because bands were so popular.
Yeah.
Now it's the DJs are kind of in the forefront.
Yes.
And now it's kind of equaling out.
I was going to say that's what I feel. I feel like they're letting the bands back in again.
Right.
I think a lot of people also want the live music.
Right.
To actually see the band playing and see the people out there.
Right.
But for you, you'd rather have the DJs.
Well, and I try and be a little bit different from most DJs. I've had lots of friends.
So what
that
makes
do
you
different
different?
things. I'm very versatile in what I do.
Okay.
I mean, like I said, I started in a 50s, 60s club back in the 80s. Of course, played 80s music.
Yes.
Then evolved into techno music in the 90s, which is kind of a form of electronic music, which is so popular now. And then the electronic music and the hip hop, I graduated that, which is electronic music I love. It's one of my favorites. And I tried to make my sets accessible to people by merging the electronic music with different formats. And I lived in the Caribbean for many years, and I learned soca and I learned reggae.
Oh, I know reggae.
So I was doing a lot of reggae.
Where were you?
I was in St. Thomas for 17 years.
17 years?
Yeah.
Wow, you lasted a long time there.
I did.
Isn't that the place where they kind of got flooded out or something?
Well, that's why I left. Hurricane Irma kind of destroyed everything I had.
Yeah,
my house, my cars, everything got wiped out.
Really?
So I'd been coming to Vegas for about 20 years while I lived there, doing little gigs for people, or big gigs for people, and flying back and forth. Mm-hmm. And I've always loved Vegas. I mean, I'm so happy to be here.
Vegas is the town of kind of DJs and music.
Yeah, I mean, it was a natural, but I just always loved it when I lived up in
in
California in the Northwest.
Now, doing it in St. Thomas on one of the islands, why did you stay there 17 years? Because I wouldn't have thought they would have been doing DJ there, because their music they're very, very good with them.
It's wonderful, and I learned so much being there. Like, it was an incredible experience, and I think I grew a lot as a DJ being there, because the music is so prevalent.
Young when you were there.
Well,
you was younger, put it that way.
Younger, yeah,
Because it seems like DJs, doesn't matter what age you are.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, Tiesto, I'll give you a clue. Tiesto and I are the same age. So if you know how old Tiesto is, you know how old I am.
I don't know how old Tiesto is.
Without giving it away, you can Google it.
I know I'm 39 and holding, and I'm not moving.
And you look great.
Thank you.
But anyway, I made my music a hybrid, so people who weren't exposed to it, we had one of the first electronic kind of festivals in St. John. That was a big deal, and people would come for it during carnival time.
And how many people would come, like 500, 600?
One of my New Year's parties exceeded 2,000 people.
2,000 people,
so,
wow.
Yeah.
So you're DJing to 2,000 people. How did you feel in that moment?
It was amazing.
It must have been absolutely so exciting. I can't make a mistake, and I got to make sure everything's right.
Well, I think all entertainers say the juice that gets you going is watching the people enjoy themselves. That's what really keeps you going. You could be dead tired doing a long several-hour set.
Well, with this particular DJ gig, with these 2,000 people out there, did you have anybody helping you, or do you kind of do it on your own?
Well, all the time, there's a back line, there's rigs that are set up for you, so you basically can just walk in and play. You're not putting all that together.
when you actually do it, when you walk in and play, you actually do that on your own, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Because you're the DJ.
Yeah, you build your sets and read the crowd,
now, how do we, because I know this happens, that you can put different little vibes or different things into these. In other words, I think it's sort of scratching or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
You know, little knowledge is really very dangerous with me.
No, it's okay.
But I'm doing all right, I think.
You're doing great.
And you can make it different. How do you get the rights to do that with somebody's music? I guess it's because it's not recorded. Is that right?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you can create things. I like to freshen up old tracks.
Yes.
And I take old tracks, and you pay licensing fees, and you can have access to all the music. But what I do is I like to take old songs you haven't heard in a long time and freshen them up. So there were times where I was playing electronic music and I was mixing in 90s rock. So even if you weren't into electronic, if you knew the 90s rock, like Linkin Park or something like that, you would grasp that and you could dance to it and enjoy yourself because you weren't lost. It wasn't foreign to you.
No, it wasn't foreign to you. But
and
then
that's
you're
something
adding
I've always done.
Something else you're adding to it as well.
Right, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so you recognize the song.
This is like a one-man band here.
Well, that's what I've kind of been proud of is I say I'm a DJ that plays like a band. That's what I've always tried to emulate.
So the DJs now we understand the DJs now is completely different to somebody just getting a record, putting it on the turnstile and playing it. That's what.
Well, some guys do that, you know, and the market is kind of flooded with that. And some guys are able to do that and read the crowd right and have a successful night because it's all about people having a good time.
I think it's all about reaching your clients, though. Reaching who's in your room, connecting to your audience. So I think that's very. So what are you most popular for at the moment?
Well, in St. Thomas, I was pretty well known for my soca and reggae, and then infusing it with electronic beats. So I took time to learn the soca and the reggae, and a lot of DJs didn't bother, and so I was doing stuff for around carnival parties, that kind of thing. I eventually started going to St. Bart's, St. Martin, Puerto Rico. I learned my Latin really well in Puerto Rico. That was a blast.
Puerto Rico, yeah.
No, Puerto Rico's great. So now that I'm here, I was looking at the market, and I've been doing corporate events and private parties a lot.
I was going to say, it's very good for corporate events.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Because of all the things that come in here.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
All the conventions that come in here, so you've got an audience there.
So
you tap into it.
Right, and being a chameleon like that, like I am, I could walk into a room and go, okay, this group's a little older, this group's a little younger, this one's really hip, and I'd adapt it.
So you know what to do. See, that's the idea. That's what you call reaching your audience.
Right.
And getting them to participate into what you're doing and how you're doing. You know, it's more than just being a DJ, and this is why I love this and how you're talking about it, is because DJ Snow, is because people understand that it's not just putting a record on there. Nope. It's also sort of playing the game and doing the different
reading
things.
The room,
reading the room. But that's reading the room in anything. I think even if you're singing or whatever you're doing, you suddenly realize certain songs you can sing and something's going to get your audience. You've got to grab your audience.
Yeah, you got to find a common thread with everybody and make them all enjoy themselves as much as you can.
So where are you performing? What are you doing? What's up?
When I first got here, I was doing the pools and different places. Now I'm
We're not doing the pools. It's a little chilly.
Yeah, it's a little cold. I'm focused on my private stuff, but I'm also just started a Wednesday night, and you'll probably know this place. It's called the Mosaic, and it's the old Tommy Wynn Theater.
Yes.
And the owners have revamped it, revitalized it.
Yeah, I've had her on my show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the owner's wife on my show.
Oh,
She's
awesome.
lovely.
Yeah, is it Layla?
Yeah.
Yes. And so they sat down with me, and she saw me at a party.
She's very outgoing.
Yes.
And she knows what she wants.
Yes.
And she got you.
And she saw me at a party and had me come in, and I met with everyone on the staff, and they said, what would you do? And I thought about it, about Vegas.
It's a big place.
Oh, and I love Vegas. I've seen Vegas change from 1989 until now. I've been here almost every single year. When I didn't live here, I'd come, I'd do a gig, or I'd visit, because I just love it so much. And I love what's going on with the outside the strip as well as inside the strip.
I always say to people out there, start investing in Vegas because it's growing. Not just the strip, but it's growing like this. And it is growing. So if you want to buy a piece of property, buy it.
It's a good time. Well, I just got a house, actually.
You just bought a house?
I did, so I'm in. So I'm all in.
Did you get a good buy?
Yeah, I did, actually.
Where did you buy your house?
It's in Spring Valley.
Oh, great.
So it's close to the strip. It's in a good little neighborhood, and I'm excited about it. So I'm 9 minutes away.
This Mosaic place is amazing. By the way, the Mosaic is on the strip.
It is.
Yes, it's right on the strip. You can reach it from the strip, can't you?
It's across the street from Park MGM, and they're building a bridge that's going to put people right there on the corner.
Right in there.
Right in there.
Yeah, they're wonderful people, and you can have your gigs there, and you can rent it out. I don't know how they do it. That's what they do.
Some strip shows, I can't say too much. I actually can say one. Aussie Heat is actually going to the Mosaic, and they're doing their show, and that's already been announced and known.
Fabulous.
And there's a magician, I can't say who, but he's...
It sounds like the movie industry. I can't tell you about the movie. I can't tell you when they're filming it, but there is a movie coming out. Hello.
But it's exciting for me because I'm a part, and there's these great acts that I admire and have seen that are coming along for the other days. I'm the Wednesday guy, but there's going to be weekend people.
Now, when you say you're the Wednesday guy, so you start at probably 9 o'clock.
Yeah,
and you go
actually 10. But you can come at 9. Yes.
Yeah, but then you go all the way 2 and 3 in the morning, or 2 o'clock, 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
So that's a long time to be there. It's a beautiful room. They've got downstairs, then they've got a bar when you come in. Then you walk into the big room, and you've got downstairs. Then you walk up the stairs. You've got the balcony. So the whole place is really, you can be wherever you want, do whatever you want. It's a fabulous stage. Fabulous lighting. So you're going to be there every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday, starting January 8th.
Do you have to pay for that, or do you do tickets or drinks? How does that work?
Drink revenue is going to cover it. We're actually doing a VIP party tonight, a sneak peek, and you're invited too, by the way.
Oh, how lovely!
So, and to kind of introduce it to the local entertainment community and people who are involved in entertainment.
In entertainment, yes.
And then we're taking a break for the holidays because Christmas Eve, that's just silly, and Christmas Day, I mean, why would you bother? And then New Year's Eve.
Going on, and everybody's in and out of town.
So January 8th, we're opening up to everybody. We'll have a big push on the media. We're going to let everyone know about it. But we're calling my night the Retro. And it's going to be 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Okay, the Mosaic, Retro,
yep.
Wednesday nights. And what is the date of the Wednesday? Wednesday is the 1st, so you're probably coming in on the 8th. So their first performance will be DJ Snow, Eric, will be on January the 8th. They start at, you can go there at 9 o'clock. It doesn't start till 10, and it goes all the way to 2 o'clock. Cocktails. Did I get that right?
Perfect.
I paid attention.
You did.
I paid attention. But that's amazing. Yeah. So that's wonderful. So
we figured no one's doing retro. I mean, you have all these great bars, and I love them, with these 80s and 70s themes, but they're playing hip-hop and EDM, which is popular, but no one's actually going back in time and playing those old hits.
Do you know, there used to be a restaurant, and they started out with the oldies, and they would start out like 9 o'clock after I forget the name of the restaurant. They had one in Hawaii and one in Newport Beach, and I can't remember the name of it, but it was fabulous. But they had the old music, and they would go through the evening and end up, because the younger generation, they start going out about 12 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock in the morning, and that's when they were start getting all the hip hop and all the stuff going and everything else. But they did have all this lovely old music, which was great, because that's what my husband loved, I liked, but we also liked the other music that's going into it.
Yeah.
What I love about music right now is that we got I love jazz. We're putting jazz and classical together, or putting jazz. I think putting jazz into any music is pretty cool. Do you do that at all?
Yeah, I don't do it with jazz, but I do a lot of what they call them mashups. So they take things and they put them together. I do a lot of that, and I do a lot of enhanced mixes. So you may have heard an Earth, Wind, and Fire song and love it, but when you hear it again, I'm not wrecking the song, but I'm adding an extra something, so it's fresh again, and it makes you want to get up and dance and have a good time.
A DJ Snow. I think that's what we can call it. Absolutely amazing. Where can anybody reach you?
I have a website, www.djericsnow.com. If you have anything going on, let me know. I love to do private events. It's fun. Come see me at the Mosaic on Wednesday nights. I think it's going to be great. We're trying to create something that we think the people want.
Absolutely.
So if you're in the older bracket, even if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, you want somewhere to go, this is a place you won't feel weird, you won't feel crammed in, it's relaxed, we're not gouging and doing the table stuff. You just come in and have a good time.
Come and have a good time, which is what Vegas is all about.
That's the whole
Wherever
idea.
you go, you should have a good time. Because
absolutely.
you've got more holiday makers than people. We call them holiday makers. I guess you call them I don't know. Anyway, they're on vacation. They always want something different to go to, something, a little bit off the strip, a little bit something off.
Exactly.
And this is what they have. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely amazing. Something new coming out, which will be January the 8th at Mosaic, starting from 9 o'clock. Music starts at 10 till 2. We'll be right back. Vegas Live with Ninon. And don't forget, go to YouTube and subscribe. We're doing good, only because of you. Nothing happens without you.